Hey, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever the case may be. I'm sorry that took longer than usual, trying to figure out how to do the stream key on Instagram, and it did not work out as planned. That is okay. Welcome to Waaaay Offsides After Dark, where the show is made up and the points don't matter. It's completely unscripted. There's a lot to talk about. Some recruiting updates, pissed off Auburn fans. Chris this week seemed to really upset all the Barners. So we're going to discuss that probably till you're nauseated and don't want to hear about it. Chris, you want to start? Just what'd you do to piss them off, man?
I don't know. I guess they're pussies. I don't know.
Dang, man.
I mean,
I don't know what to say to that.
He just
it's
told
okay.
the truth.
I mean, they, I tweeted about some recruiting things, and they were been out of shape and coming at me, and I don't care.
What'd you say?
I retweeted one of the tweets about Big Cat Weekend, and somebody made a comment about making flips, and I think I retweeted and said they're just going for the perks and whatnot. They're not, and then somebody got pissed and, talking about, because I said something about this same fan base thought they were going to flip Ryan Williams, and then they get pissed and said, oh, they're going to flip Cunningham, and then they brought up, I think they brought up, who'd they bring up? Coleman? Or Perry Thompson, one of them.
Perry Thompson, yeah.
And I basically asked them, hey, who's going to pass to him? And then they said, don't change the subject. And it just snowballed. And they're doing all they can to cope.
Hey, I heard a guy on the radio here was talking about what do you do at Big Cat Weekend? So they had a guy from one of the websites over there in Lee County, and he said, oh, they go like on scavenger hunts through town, and then they do little. I was like,
yeah, like scavenger hunts.
Yeah, and they I'm sure they do some cooking.
Recruiting weekend is that, man?
Yeah, I was thinking, where's the lake? Where's the boat? Where's the food? And it was all goofy, like Vacation Bible School type games.
Yeah, they go to. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Vacation Bible School.
Yeah,
no, we're not knocking Vacation.
I got saved at Vacation Bible School.
So I mean, you would think with Hugh Freeze there would be things like, oh, I don't know, call girls and.
They're there.
Oh yeah, they're
there.
They got stacks of burner phones and phone numbers.
Yeah, they're going on a scavenger hunt in a cave.
Yeah.
In a cave. Bill knows where I'm going.
I think
recruiting weekend.
I don't want to say anything.
But somebody posted. I think one of the Barner accounts said that they posted a list of everybody confirmed coming, and then he retweeted and said, Caleb Cunningham's out, and I think we're going to see 2 or 3 more back out before the weekend.
Yeah,
in 2 days.
I think so.
I mean, if you got Derek Smith goes,
maybe
if Derek Smith goes, we lose him.
Yeah, but maybe not. He may get over there and be like, "What the hell did I do?"
Well, it's a two-edged sword, but he's in high school. He was a DB, but he played wide receiver and quarterback a little bit, and Alabama's recruiting him as a DB, but Auburn's recruiting him as a wide receiver. So if he wants to play wide out, he's going to go to Auburn because Alabama's going to have to compete for that job big time.
Yep.
And so that Alabama's wide receiver room went from being pretty thin to being
stacked.
Yeah, pretty stacked really fast. And I'm not saying that Auburn's isn't. I don't want to take away from like Cam Coleman and all those guys. Like they're legit. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, man, I think
guys like
we lost you.
Ald's got it.
Am I here? Am I back?
There you go.
I think I think people like Cam Coleman, Perry Thompson, they'll transfer after this year.
They'll have a couple transfers after this season.
We're all going to have that.
Well, they will specifically because Auburn needed a quarterback, and if you follow anybody in their fan base, man, they jump all like. The flavor of the month was Juju Lewis, and that's obviously not going to work out. He's going to probably end up at Colorado, but now it's KJ Lacey, and if he doesn't show up at Auburn, they don't have a quarterback. They're going to have to go get somebody out of the transfer portal, but they haven't had a lot of luck with that either. And so, we're going to talk about Alabama's comments about our recruits. We're going to get there, bro. Hold tight.
It's okay. We're just winging this, man.
Yeah, it's unscripted, man. It's a good time. Have a drink. Say some dirty words. Chris will say plenty. He already dropped the P word.
So, what are y'all drinking?
Yeah, sweet tea, man.
Lemonade.
Sweet tea. I went to
the store and got an IPA. It's pretty good.
What's that?
A what?
It looks like a beer, but they call it an IPA.
What the hell is what do you mean it's an IPA? What is that?
Alcohol?
Yeah,
that sounds like something environmental friendly.
It's spelled IPA. I don't know how you say it, but
come on, Bill.
IPA.
Is it an IPA? Is it an IPA? I'm not sure.
I don't even know what IPA stands for. That's some of that
LL, man.
That's some of that shit you stand around and drink and say, "Oh, my dad will sue your dad," and
you don't like microbrews?
No, man. That's
I like a good craft beer, man. Like a porter. I love like a good dessert.
A porter.
So you like drinking that stuff like drinking oatmeal.
I'll drink oatmeal stout. I'm drinking oatmeal stout.
No, sir.
I had one not long ago. It had a chocolate flavor to it, and it was really good.
That wasn't chocolate.
Okay.
Let's talk some Alabama recruiting. I just posted a video on YouTube, and we're going to talk about this far more in depth tomorrow night on our normal, regularly scheduled programming. But AK Deer, I'm sure you guys have seen the news. AK Deer will be at the cookout. He's invited. He's at the cookout. To me, that means check. It's done. Put him in a crimson jersey, which is kind of wild because Alabama's backfield is just.
Well, I mean,
thick, but
we know Jam Miller's draft eligible. Isn't also the Justice Haynes? Isn't he drafted?
No, he's a sophomore, I think.
Okay, so Justice. If Jam Miller has the season we think he's going to have, the running back room makes more room.
You still got Richard Young, and then you've got Anthony Rogers, who's part of this class. But I think there's the potential Anthony Rogers will transfer out, or not transfer, but flip his commitment.
If Ohio AK State is there,
pretty hard.
Yeah,
and so it's going to be hard for if that running back room becomes very competitive with AK Deer. I know he's a 4-star, but you have to also he's the number 2 running back in this class. The guy's a stud. I think he should probably be a 5-star.
Beast.
Yeah, and then Daniel Hill. Thank you, Zach. Yeah, it's a very stacked running back room.
Daniel Hill's gonna be good.
Yeah. So I suspect, and this is just my thoughts, I don't have any like inside information to suggest this other than hearing other people talk about it. There is the potential that Anthony Rogers will flip his commitment to Ohio State next week because AK Deer will either come at the cookout or right after. But I'm wondering if there's going to be any surprises. We've talked about Justice Terry for a long time. I think Justice Terry's off the board. He's going to Athens this weekend. So Daniel Hill's a big play dude. I believe you. But so Justice Terry's off the board. Khalid Lockett is still kind of interesting. I do think Brock set it up here earlier. I do think that he ends up a nice profile picture though. He ends up with Texas in the long run. Like we tell you guys, if you guys watch our videos on YouTube, our uploads, what you want to do with recruiting is watch the visits. People will talk a lot, they'll say a lot of things, but if you watch the visits, they're pretty telling about what's happening, what's going on. Khalid Lockett took Texas last, had Bama the week before. If he wants to go get Elise Lambeau, more power to him, I guess. We'll see where he winds up next year. As Jeff would say, they're all 1-year free agents anyway. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, every one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't mean shit until they sign that NLI.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's exactly right. And that's December.
Yeah.
Brock, I haven't seen this. If you see it, DM it to me on Twitter, man. I haven't seen this. But I definitely want to see that. That's wild.
So, Michael, did you brew that tea yourself or did you buy it out of a jug?
Oh, it's homemade, man. You can't get good sweet tea.
That's the only way to make tea is at the house.
There you go. Roll Tide. What I'm showing everybody here is we're Bammers. We know how to make tea,
man. I mean, unless Publix has got Milo's, I'm making my own.
Yeah,
I don't like it, and I'm about to say something. I don't like Milo's.
It's too sweet.
I don't like the burgers.
I don't like Milo's anything.
It's meh. No, the tea's too sweet. Burgers are.
I mean, let's be honest. The best sweet tea in the South. You're probably gonna have to go to you're probably gonna have to go to a Chinese restaurant to find it.
You say a Chinese restaurant?
Yeah, man, they make it right down here.
Do they?
Yeah. The only place when they used to be in business, Shoney's had great sweet tea. But
definitely.
Oh yeah. Did y'all see this? Alvin Henderson talking about how he's going to break Derrick Henry's record.
No,
they're going to have to freaking run him 70 times a game. They don't have a passing game, man.
Yep.
That would be the only reason he would. So I wouldn't stress too much about that. Good luck. I mean,
do y'all remember
on Hill? What you mean?
Yeah, I hate Milo's, man.
Yeah,
now you can buy a sweet tea brew that's in the bag with sugar and all. I think you just run it through the coffee pot or some shit.
Yeah, you got to add your own sugar.
No, not that. Not this.
No, I'm saying you got to add your.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, what is it? What do you do? Like 2 cups to a gallon?
I just pour it in there till it tastes right, buddy.
So I cook 4 tea bags, 4 big family-sized tea bags.
Why is this as thick as maple syrup?
And at least a cup of sugar. Yeah. My granddad likes tea so sweet you can put it on your pancakes. It was too sweet.
That's nasty.
I mean,
I think because he grew up in the Depression, they didn't have sugar when he was a kid.
I like pancakes.
Yeah, they are.
Hurt feelings.
I love my Mellows, man.
Are we still on some recruiting talk? Or we're going to drift?
Yeah, we need to. Yeah. That's what the people are here for. That's what everybody wants to talk about right now. Look, I think that Alabama may have a surprise or two left.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's anything crazy. And I'm going to say this, and I know our listeners aren't going to necessarily like it, but I don't think Alabama's going to finish with the number 1 class. They're not going to hold on to the spot. They're going to get Justice Terry. They're going to get, what's his name, Elijah Griffin, another 5-star. Georgia's probably going to finish with the number 1 class. But in saying that, in the same breath, it's nothing to freak out about when you consider the fact that Kalen DeBoer and his staff came in and replaced Nick Saban, one of the best recruiters in the history of college football, and they're going to finish with a top 3 class. That's pretty remarkable.
You're talking percentage point differences between 1 through 5 that are really negligible. It really could be 5 number 1 classes at that point.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Sure. But there's a lot of people that feel like,
and we said that for a month on here.
Right, Keith. Yeah, you're right. No matter what, it's a very good class. Did Bill die?
I think one of the cats chewed something up. He said it's his heartburn. It's just a little angina.
Same amount of recruits we finished first. Yeah. Well, maybe. Here's the thing with that, Zach, is, and I encourage everybody to keep this in mind, signing day is still a ways off. Thank you, Brock. I'll check it out when we're done here.
It's 4 months away.
Yeah.
What you see right now is not how it's going to end. There's going to be a lot of flip-flopping. Bama's going to lose some guys. They're going to gain some guys. Georgia, Ohio State, Oregon, Texas, LSU, all these teams are going to lose guys and gain guys. See what happens. Bama's going to finish with a top 3 class, and Keith is crapping on you, Bill.
Who's crapping on me?
Keith.
Oh, please stop.
You're right, Zach. You're right. We'll see what happens. It doesn't matter. That's the thing. That's my whole point. Is if Bama finishes with the number 2, number 3 class, it does not matter.
You can have a number 1 class, and if they don't execute, it doesn't matter.
Ask Texas A&M about that.
Yeah. What
I mean,
about all that money they spent on that offensive line?
Yeah, and they're all gone.
Yep.
Ask Dion about his recruiting classes.
And
man, speaking of him, did you see the damn article?
Yeah, I see.
Did you see this damn article that I don't know if it was an all broke talking about Dion?
I don't care.
To South Carolina, and
he's going to South Carolina.
It's something about, if Dion went to South Carolina, he'd bring the same energy there that Hugh Freeze did to Auburn or some shit. And I'm like, what?
So it would be dull?
Uninteresting? I don't see anything that Hugh Freeze has done at Auburn.
No.
Other than wear ugly ass suits to events.
So what? He almost beat Georgia and Alabama last year, but we ain't talking horseshoes, so it doesn't matter.
That's
almost, right. Almost doesn't count.
Yeah.
I'll
tell you who he didn't have an answer for.
New Mexico State.
Brock Bowers beat Auburn single-handedly last year.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Brock's like not even playing in the first half. Oh, second half, ball.
Yeah. I got this.
I, for one, am glad that Brock Bowers and Ladd McConkey are not there.
I didn't mind Ladd McConkey as much. Brock Bowers, definitely. That dude's a match.
He's a machine, man.
The two of them at the same time. Oh, yeah. But they've got some weak spots to fill this year.
That's all right. As long as they keep losing to Alabama in their backyard, they can find whoever the hell they want to. I don't care.
Yeah, that's it.
So, I sent you a link to Vegas has come out with a top 18 list of odds of the coaches that are going to get fired, and the first ones to get fired, the best odds to fire a coach, it is Billy Napier.
Well, yeah.
I'm going to tell you, I think Billy's going to hang on to. He's going to hang on to his job this year.
He's got to win a couple of games in November. His last 5 games are going to. They're all brutal.
Graham Mertz, like, he's actually really good. And then this DJ Lagway kid behind him, he's the real deal. But to Bill's point, that schedule is brutal, man. Like,
it is brutal. I mean,
they should have
fired him in the country.
They should have fired him when the schedule came out in February. Just, Billy, we're going to save you the disgrace. Go in peace. We love you. But I think their first 5 games are good. But their last 5 games are brutal. And they're going to have to win 1 or 2 of them. They got Texas, Georgia, Florida State.
So we're actually going to be picking their schedule tomorrow night on the show.
I think it's like we talked before. I think Florida's going to be sneaky good.
I'm not going to be on tomorrow night, by the way.
It's okay. We don't care.
I don't know that
you can go wherever the hell you want to, Will. We don't.
You're number 1, Chris.
Beat somebody. Sorry, they're going to beat somebody that.
Yeah, they're going to win.
FSU.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I absolutely. What's crazy is FSU was never really like a concern. But after last season, I'm going to
just shut their dirty mouth. Yeah, exactly.
And I'm so tired of that stupid, their little chant they do. That's all they play.
That's all they know how to do.
Yeah. When I get really mad at people, I just pick like Kennesaw State on NCAA and beat the brakes off of FSU.
That's hilarious.
I put it on 15-minute quarters and beat them like 320-7.
Hey, did y'all see where Cruz, he was playing, he said, this is a BS game. He said, he's playing as Ohio State and hadn't gotten a bad snap yet.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I did.
Speaking of that, I purchased the game and then had to get a refund because my console doesn't support it.
Oh really?
Yeah, I've got the like the original Xbox. No, not really. It's like
I could have told you that. I'd take you the headache.
No, I've got an Xbox One X. Well, you got to have a Xbox X or an S.
What do you got, a Game Boy?
Or a PS5?
No, it's. I got a Game Boy Advance.
You should just get a PS5.
Well, how about this? How about you get me one?
All right, Christmas.
Oh, you know what? Next time I come down there, I got you,
Eric.
I know where one is.
Roll Tide, Eric. Horns down.
In my house, just take one.
That's it.
Good grief. You got 3 Game Boys?
They saved up and bought their own.
Okay.
Well, guess what? One of them's going to be missing.
One of them's moving to Mobile.
If you're just joining us, do us a favor, like, share. This is just our After Dark show.
Yeah, we
usually don't have high viewership because people don't like us to act like it is. They like us to talk about things and pretend like we know what we're doing. But we're just here to have a good time, help you unwind before bed, and just enjoy yourself. So, like, share.
Bill will send you.
Hold on.
I'll do it.
And you haven't, go over to YouTube and sub to the channel. It's spelled the same way you see it everywhere else. Waaaay Offsides. Sub, leave a comment, like, share the videos. You guys know what to do. Tell them, Chris.
Yeah, do all the stuff.
All the things.
Click it, like it, subscribe it, lick it, whatever. Click it.
Did you say?
No, I said click it. I had a.
No, you didn't.
He's glitching the matrix.
Spit on that thing.
Bill.
Come on, Bill.
Y'all didn't expect that.
No.
Bill, when he goes on his 4-month vacation, he's going to be telling everybody that.
Teresa heard it.
There was a glitch in the matrix. Like Bill stuttering last night.
Bill said, "Oh my god!" Yeah, if you guys, I made this. I put a lot of work into it and made this short over.
You made a great background
about Graham Nicholson, and he stutters right in the middle and like misses. Just decides to just like skip the word. He quit trying. It's the greatest thing ever. The recovery is A+, man.
Well, I'm running for president later.
Oh, I know. We're not doing that.
I know. Stop. Time out. I'm not going to say another word. Anyway,
Bill, you've already said enough. When
somebody
you
said something on our last show about the convention, and our viewership dropped in half in like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, we're not going to talk politics. No, if it ain't about the Tide, we don't give a p about it.
Oh man, it's been a fun week. It's been so slow though. There's just not much going on. I will say, did y'all see the Oregon duck in the river?
Yeah, I did.
No, what happened?
So the White River, whatever it is, in Indiana for Big Ten Media Day, Oregon bought this huge blow up Oregon duck.
Like you couldn't. It's not like a swimming pool duck. You can't ride it.
Dude, it's like the size of a garage, maybe bigger. And they just let it.
Look at me, Swan.
Dude, this thing was towering over that fly bridge. So
let me see if I can get a picture up for it.
I'll look it up.
Well,
no, we need to show everybody.
Yeah.
This thing was. All I could think of was, is it being like a Trojan horse, and they.
That is kind of.
They're gonna the Ducks are gonna overtake Indy.
Kind of feel that way.
Yeah.
It was weird, man. I mean, it's funny, but I'm gonna laugh so hard when Oregon loses like 3 games in conference. Hold on, I'm getting it, guys. I'm getting it. Hold on, give me time. This is a process.
Oh crap! I saw it.
Here it comes.
There are hundreds of people that have to take their children to therapy now because of that duck.
Yeah, it's actually kind of like startling. It's a large duck. Here it is. There you go. For those of you who haven't seen it, yeah, they set this thing down the river for Big Ten Media Days. Their inaugural year in the Big Ten.
Please tell me it drifted off and deflated.
I don't really know what they did, but
gosh, if somebody had shot it.
Oh, you can't do that down here. You can't do that in the SEC because it'd have been filled with buckshot, man.
Oh yeah, there would have been at least a few arrows in it.
Oh yeah, somebody would have destroyed that thing.
Yeah, definitely.
That would have media sensation.
Anyway, so yeah, that's going on. Big Ten Media Days is going on. Nobody's really talking about it because
didn't the ACC have their media half day the other day?
The ACC?
Yeah, they had like a half day.
Probably, I don't care.
Oh no,
yeah.
Who did they pick to win? Clemson or FSU? Probably FSU.
It was a choice between I don't care and I didn't watch.
I knew you were going to say something.
Has Notre Dame officially become a part of a conference yet?
No.
Only in basketball and baseball.
Yeah,
and
football.
And drafting and ballet.
Ballet.
Equestrian sports.
I saw they dropped some new uniforms.
They were sharp. The Kelly Greens. They actually didn't look bad.
Well, that's going to be enough reason right there for somebody to week 1 pick them to win the national championship and Heisman.
Oh yeah, they will. They did that last year. Week 0.
Week 0.
Yeah, they're definitely making the playoffs. Sam Hartman's winning the Heisman Trophy, and then Sam Hartman now plays for the Birmingham Stallions.
Yeah, our fanboy over in Georgia. Gosh, he was on that for the second game when Sam Hartman couldn't hit a bull in the butt with a paddle. I mean,
I'm gonna use that later. Hey, let me ask you guys a question. Y'all know what the word cattywampus is? Y'all ever use that word?
Yes.
Yeah.
I used it at work and confused the hell out of everybody.
Well, that's kind of a north of Gainesville thing. They don't use words like that down there where you're
at. Roll Tide, Tay.
Roll Tide.
Hold on, what was I taste?
Yeah. Hey, y'all, that's a cool corduroy looking hat with an elephant.
Yeah, but what's on it? I can't tell.
Like a car. It's like a car with an elephant driving.
Yeah, I can tell it's a car.
What?
It's cattywampus. C-A-T-Y. W-A-M-P-U-S.
Yeah, something like that.
You spelled it correctly. C-A-T-Y-W-A Wampus.
Do you know what cattywampus means? Do you know the definition?
Yeah, it means like all out of whack, all screwed up.
Yeah, kind of like Auburn.
Auburn's very cattywampus.
Yeah.
Their fans are even more cattywampus now that Caleb Cunningham is not going to Big Kitten weekend.
It's like Simple Jack, little cattywampus.
It's 2 T's.
Okay, Teresa, thank you.
Cattywampus.
So, do y'all know the word muckety muck?
Yeah.
No, but I know the word that uses F's in the place of the M's.
Okay, well, muckety muck refers to what, Michael?
Like kind of the same thing, like screwing something up, or like.
Is that what he said?
That's when something's mucked
That's
up.
how I use it.
So a muckety muck, it's an old phrase to refer to the backroom cigar smokers that control everything.
Yeah.
You know, the muckety mucks in the back room, you know, making all the decisions.
Yeah.
I was told like last week that's an offensive term. Like,
why were you?
What do you mean?
I was talking about some decision makers. Who knows what I was like? Who knows what these muckety mucks are doing behind closed doors?
You freeze cattywampus. What's another southern word that you don't hear? You know, outside of like the real South.
You talking about like a phrase?
Yeah, you did, Eric.
Kind of like, well, butter my bottom and call me Shelly or something.
Or that.
That's a lot.
Or
country is a turnip green, or
bless his heart.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, everybody.
Everybody knows that. But
I've always heard country is cornbread.
You know, useless as tits on a boar hog, or
that one. All right, have you ever heard? They don't know shit from Shinola.
Yeah.
Well, Shinola was an old shoe polish, and that was the thing.
Yeah.
Somebody was so stupid they couldn't tell a turd from shoe polish.
Yeah, you know, speaking of that, Shinola is a watch company now.
Yeah, it's a nice one too. My dad often used that phrase on me when I was growing up. It's the many hours of therapy.
What, he called you coon ass?
No, he called me. He just said I didn't know shit from Shinola. Like,
my mom called me way worse than that.
Yeah.
Shout out.
I got called. I always heard it. Shut up, stupid. Hold that damn flashlight still. Little son of a bitch.
No, I heard that a lot. They tried to.
I don't know what an alternator is. I'm 6.
Yeah. What?
They tried to convince me I was adopted until I was 12.
This transmission's heavy.
We'd be sitting there at dinner and I'd say something stupid, and my dad'd say, "We can take you back to the home." I'm like, "Dang!" Well, my driver's permit, and you're still threatening
me. Wait, Keith, are you a service member or prior service? It's got to be. Nobody uses the word cluster, and we'll just
I say
Foxtrot.
Cluster.
Charlie Foxtrot.
Didn't say that.
Oh,
we'd rather you didn't.
I'm sorry.
I ain't coming home. Shoot him. Anyway,
Eric, are you from that part of the country? That's what I want to know.
I think Eric's in Bama.
I don't know, but he talking about that coon ass talk. Keith is not a service member.
That's a common term used in the military.
I thought that y'all used muster, like muster point.
Not
no.
really anymore. It used to be used a lot, not when I was in.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, let's talk football.
Roll Tide
I
ball.
think there's a lot of stuff that went on this week, but nothing.
Not really. I mean, there was, but there wasn't.
I got one. How about USS Coach?
Yeah,
he's
from Selma.
He's good. Okay. Wasn't he on an analyst at Bama for a minute?
Hell if I know.
Don't care, because he's about to get some Bama boot in his butt in about a month.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get stomped, man. It's gonna be 50-0 by halftime.
By the way,
straight up forgot that Jalen Milroe didn't start the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, he will remember this year.
And it ain't down there in the swamp either. It's in look, not those.
Yeah. Not game, Tuscaloosa.
But yeah, it's not gonna be 1,000% humidity either.
No. And happy Sean Alexander Day. We've got 37 days till kickoff.
We're getting there. Really?
Almost. Yeah, man. They were close.
Woo wee.
Next week is less than a month.
Man, that's crazy.
You
got some Jalen Milroe trading a jersey for a bat with Aaron Judge up in New York today?
Yeah. Probably didn't.
You didn't see it?
No. I got caught up watching some news channels.
Oh, he's at Yankee Stadium. Well, I know, but I'm up for it, man. I know what's going on, but I'm so sick of it.
Yeah, I didn't watch the news in 4 years, so no longer than that, like 8 years.
Go Panthers.
Go Tigers. Oh, that's something else.
Wrong team. Damn,
what's Ed O doing right now?
We got Yankee Stadium, Bill, and
Ed O is spending his $14 million with
my mom. Thank you.
No,
I thought it was 17.
My mom was suffocated by a stack of money.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. Sorry for
you. No, you're not.
No, I am. Straight face. I'm sorry for
it. It was just a bad check.
Is she banging Scrooge McDuck? What the
What the duck?
Duck.
All camp, baby. Yes, right.
DuckTales.
Yeah, you guys are gonna really want to tune in tomorrow night. Like, we'll legit have a structured show talking football. This is just
man. I'm gonna tell you this. I personally saw a 2026 Bama target today. I'm not gonna say his name. I'm just gonna say he's an edge. And you talk about a man. This kid's a man.
Who is it?
I'm not going to say his name. I'm working on getting him on here, man.
Oh yeah, I forgot. My bad.
Yeah.
I'll take the hat off, folks, because
his air conditioner's broke. He sent me a text today and asked if he could borrow $7,800 for one. So, Jeffrey.
Jefferson.
Let me get him in here. Hold on, I got to change the thing in my bobber. Listen,
bobber. There he is.
What's going on?
Listen.
All right, we're listening.
Come on.
The Milo's hate will not be tolerated.
Thank you. I'm so happy. Thank you, Jeff.
You pricks in here dragging Milo's through the mud. This will not stand, man. This aggression will not stand, man, against a pillar of America. Milo's is the shiznittle bam, snip, snap, slap.
Oh,
what?
He went snooping loophole.
What is happening?
No, that was half baked. Come on, Dave Chappelle.
I've never seen half baked, man.
What did you just say?
I've never seen half baked.
All right, Michael's out. Okay, guys. Now
continuing on. He's currently baked.
Currently baked. Yeah.
He's roasting right now.
No, I don't get the Milo's hate. Milo's is incredible.
Are you talking the food or the tea? Because I don't like the food. Yes, got it. Okay. I'm not a big fan of their burger.
I mean, it's better than Hardee's. It's better than McDonald's.
I'll tell you what, if you like Milo's, spam Milo's in the chat. Isn't that what the
all right, favorite burger, real quick. Go around there. Favorite burger.
Spam Milo's. Spam Milo's.
Oh, the Milo's is double.
My favorite burger, the Wendy's single.
Bro,
with bacon.
No way, man.
Wendy's is great.
There is no way. Really, Wendy's?
Yeah, the meat's never frozen.
So you're going to tell
your favorite burger. Tell us your favorite. That's a lie. I used to work at Wendy's. They do freeze.
All right.
I worked there too. It was never frozen.
I used to work at
Wendy's. Are we talking fast food burger?
I don't care. Let's talk fast food burgers first.
Fast food burger. My favorite fast food burger is probably Whataburger.
Thank you.
They're good.
That's a good choice.
Well, I've got a good buddy that went to Whataburger one time, and probably one of the best like impromptu dad jokes I've ever heard in my life. He ordered food. I don't know what happened. This is a no BS story. He orders food, gets his burger, opens it up, and it's just buns. That's it. And he he opens it and he goes, "What a burger! More like where the burger."
Hey man, Whataburger don't like none unless you got buns, hun.
Because you know what? We like big
butts. You can say butts.
Bottoms.
Yeah.
Bottoms.
Fat Bottom Girls by Queen.
Oh, you know.
Eric, I love you. What's your favorite burger? Favorite place to get a burger?
Now, if we're talking about any burger,
yeah,
anywhere,
yeah, sure.
I'm gonna say Callahan's in Mobile.
Okay.
You're gonna like this reference, Chris. The best burger to date I've ever had is Papa Rocco's in Gulf Shores, and that was 30 years ago.
They do not have a good burger anymore.
Really?
30 years ago, it kicked butt.
So there's a place up in Blue Ridge, Georgia called Seabolt's. It has got one of the best burgers I've ever had in my life.
Really?
So good.
There's a dumpy place.
Did it really make your eyes roll back like that?
Yeah. It was
That's Michael's O face. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about.
It's one of the greatest movies ever.
There's a dumpy place here in Montgomery called Hamburger King that has really good burgers. But the place is so filthsome. You wonder about eating in there, but the burger's so good.
Jeff, have you been to the lunch wagon? What's it, Kathy's Lunch Wagon or something over by Coliseum? Their burger is amazing. Handmade, homemade.
For the longest time, Michael, we didn't have a Milo's here in Montgomery. So the only time I could eat Milo's is if I was going up through Birmingham or Cottondale or something like that.
I used to get it going to Birmingham. I would stop.
Yeah, there was never Milo's in Montgomery. And then we finally got one. And the first iteration of it was cash only. And it was like, who the hell carries cash anywhere? And it lasts about 6 months.
I was talking to someone. I think we went to Waffle House a couple of weeks ago, had lunch. I think it was one of the guys that worked. And I remember when the Waffle House only accepted cash or personal checks.
Checks.
Let me tell you something.
That was it.
There's a place, and it's really good barbecue in Jacksonville, Alabama called the Rocket. Not the Red Rocket, just the Rocket.
Yeah.
And they still take a personal check.
Did you say Dog Rocket?
Still has personal checks.
What's the place up outside in Jacksonville that's known for barbecue? Not the Rocket. There's another one.
Oh crap! I know what you're talking about.
Old 2-story building. Ribs are good.
Yeah, I can't remember, man. It's been a long time since I've been up there.
Yeah, that's a good one, and I'm going to be up that way for the next 2 weeks for my uncle.
Really? Tony's Hot Dogs in Pelham.
All right, look that up.
Sorry, my bad. Eric and Keith are talking about deer hunting.
Dick Russell has
that's
an amazing burger.
Hold on, that freaking pro.
Where is that?
In Mobile. It used to be right next door to the candy store.
Is this not about burgers, but is there Cane's in Mobile?
Cane's, like a Raisin Cane's?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Didn't they just put one there recently?
Oh, it's been here 10, 12 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do we have one here?
No, hell no.
No, we have nothing.
We have Cane's ugly cousin Guthrie's, but that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a place here called Mr. Magoo's that's terrible.
Yeah. Mr. Magoo.
Yeah.
Bill reminds me of Mr. Magoo.
Actually, I know it's Huey Magoo's or something.
Huey, yeah.
Yes, we have a Huey Magoo's here. It's terrible.
Bad.
I'm gonna tell you.
Yes.
I don't. A lot of people don't like it, but Bob Baumhauer, Victory Grills and stuff, they got a good burger.
Depends on location.
It really does.
Yeah.
I could take you to 20 different places down here, and every burger you're gonna say that's the best burger I had.
I believe. I love me a burger. That's my favorite food, man.
Man, they got like Callahan's got one. It's a LA burger. They do it every Wednesday and Thursday, or Thursday and Friday.
Yeah,
it is the best ground beef you've had, and it's stuffed with Kaneka sausage.
Oh.
Now the Judy's place.
Speaking of
Judy's place,
Charlie Weiss looks like a Kaneka sausage.
Just
we were making O faces.
Judy's place just started doing a Kaneka ground beef blend, and it is great.
Shit, blood for 3 weeks.
It's okay. It's okay. I do that anyway. So,
Chris, I need to refer you to a physician.
I got a guy you need to see.
Yeah. I had I had an epidemiologist look at it, and he said he didn't know what to do.
We're not that kind of dog there.
I think you need a proctologist.
Ass man.
That's what you need to go see.
Ass man. Hey, you get around a proctologist. You just plant yourself because you're about to hear the best stories of your life. And they all start with
million to one shot, Doc.
I finally went to see the proctologist first time a month ago.
Did you? I'm proud of you.
I did. Walked in and said, Doc, where you want me to put my pants? He said, right next to mine. I realized I was at the damn dentist office.
Oh, no.
It was horrible. But they did give me some candy when I left. So
that's good. They let you go in the treasure box.
They gave him the exam anyway.
You were good.
They went ahead and just gave him the exam anyway. Wait, aren't you a dentist? Moon River.
Just grab me by the shoulders.
You ever serve time, Doc?
So you using the whole arm back there?
You the whole fist there? Just relax.
We've got a friend that's a proctologist, and he's got a pretty nice sizable home, and he's got a circle driveway, and he said he wants to put a fountain in the front, and he wants it to be the poop emoji with the water coming out of the top, and he's going to put a plaque around the house that poop built.
That's not
a question, because I know
MJ,
I know MJ is very concerned about Cleat Lockett.
That's an 80%.
I'll be honest with you, MJ. About 35-40%, man. I don't. If he was going to be at the cookout this weekend, I would feel very confident, like 90-95%. Maybe he shows up. But being the fact that his last OV was at Texas, a lot of the big insiders have him trending to Texas. That's not by accident. That's not to say we won't get him next year when he leaves. But maybe I'm wrong. I could be way off base here, MJ, and I hate to. But but also I don't want to give up hope, because I know you shared a lot of stuff about him, on social media, some of the things he's following and interacting with. It's all Bama stuff. And so it's really hard to say no. Probably, I mean, I don't know, man. Unless they're just keeping it really quiet, very low that he's going to show up at the champion cookout. That is a very high profile recruit. One that would help Bama kind of solidify and stay in that number one class. So if he was going to be there, somebody would have said it or leaked it. But we'll see, man. I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm not giving up hope. Also, keep in mind that just because they make a verbal commitment right now, I know Jeff is big on this. He unfollowed a lot of the Bama stuff. Yeah, it's kind of telling. But just keep in mind, man, recruiting keeps going for a few more months. Just because they make that verbal commitment, that doesn't mean it's over with. So there's a lot of guys that are going to say they're going to Oregon, Ohio State, Georgia, Auburn, wherever, and they're not going to end up there playing football. So we'll see. We'll see. But Alabama doesn't need a Khalid Lockett in terms of their wide receiving class or their core. Lockett would be a great way for Alabama to stay in that number one spot and finish with the overall number one class, but they don't have to do that either.
We'll be fine if he goes to Texas. We'll be fine.
We'll see.
Yeah,
there's another receiver out there that.
Yeah, keep in mind I'm not 18 or 19 years old.
We'll plug in,
and so my maturity level is a little different. But I don't see how you don't want to go play for these coaches at a school that's known for pushing out top, talent at the wide receiver position. I just don't get it.
We're going to get into this tomorrow when we talk about the Bama's transition offensively into this new. But DeBoer was a receiver, so it's different when you're playing for an offensive-minded coach. It's a big difference. If you look at the NFL, the most successful NFL teams are running offensive-minded head coaches. That's the way the game is progressing now. It's not 3 yards in a cloud of dust. We're really going to dive into this tomorrow, but I mean, the fact that DeBoer played wide receiver and understands the position and has an offense that wide receivers eat in this offense. They just eat all night in this offense. Every receiver, top receiver, should be visiting Alabama at some point. They don't have to come here, Doesn't mean they're going to all commit here, but they should all at least get on campus and hear him out.
I will say this: no matter what he's deciding to do right now, you better believe that Coach Shep, Coach DeBoer, Courtney Morgan, probably Keelan Russell, Caleb Cunningham, they're all in his ears. Still talking.
Oh yeah.
You mean the same Caleb Cunningham that suddenly another school in the state didn't want anymore?
Keith, I'm good, bro. I do my show outside because my kids are inside and they're loud. I do it in the garage, and I'm in Florida, so it's.
You did order something though, didn't you? Didn't you get something?
It's all right.
I thought your kids were mute.
You got something though. Didn't you order an AC or get an AC?
Something coming. Yeah, it's just not here.
Okay.
Where'd you order it from?
Ace,
Brazil.
Ace is a place with the
Timu.
Yeah, he ordered from Timu, and it's coming like on a boat, a rowboat from China.
I mean, yeah, that's going to be the word for anybody.
They're offering a Lambo to everybody, right?
Yeah, well,
it's a rental.
Look,
it's a rental for the recruiting.
That doesn't mean shit.
The thing that I think we all have to remember: Alabama fans aren't the most humble bunch. We think that everybody is Alabama's at the top of their list, and sometimes that's not the case. Texas might be better suited for him, and that's okay.
Well,
I mean,
it's still a lot of it does depend on these kids' families, and you know, in the old days it depended on region, but family and region are important. You know, Lockett, he's from Texas.
Yeah,
you want to eat where the big dog eats, and that's Austin. If you're in Texas,
trending up right now. I mean, they're trending up. I'm not going to act like Sark's not a good coach. He is.
No, he's got a heck of a
staff. They will. They're going to sign elite receivers every year.
And what's Sark? A former quarterback, and he's an offensive-minded coach.
Yeah, and they've got Arch Manning. You know that last.
And his offense is so good.
According to your favorite person, Michael, Arch Manning is so famous. He would be a better backup than Ty Simpson.
Oh, Paul Feinbaum said that, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's on the same level. Because that measures a good quarterback.
Let me tell you something from Paul Feinbaum. And I said this on a short that's on our YouTube channel. I posted a whole video.
Eviscerated
background, doing whatever the hell they want.
You took him out, man.
Look, my thoughts on Paul Feinbaum. Paul Feinbaum is a sensationalist jackass who says whatever he can to get a reaction. And a lot of us are guilty about this on Twitter. If somebody says something, right, on social media, and it pisses you off, your first response is to retweet it and say something snarky back. What you don't realize is that when you're retweeting it, all you're doing is giving them exposure. That's exactly what people do for Paul Feinbaum. He says stuff that pisses folks off, and when they get pissed off, they make video clips and all this. And I mean, hell, I've done it. I did it. I made a freaking video about it. But Feinbaum is a moron. The guy does not know. He's not a moron. He's actually a very smart guy. He found out in the Alabama fan base of dumb, uneducated fans. And my biggest issue with Paul Feinbaum is that demographic that calls into his show and interacts with his show, everybody associates the fan base with those people. The state of Alabama doesn't need any help looking dumb and ignorant.
No.
I do think Charleston Reeltown accurately portrays the Bugs, but otherwise, Jim from Tuscaloosa and all these guys getting mad at each other over phone calls and comedy hour. It tells you that these people have no life.
Because, we had Legend on the podcast before we jumped over to YouTube.
Yeah,
and he's actually a cool dude to talk to.
Yeah. Oh, did y'all?
He was a really cool guy to have a conversation with.
He was speaking at a church last night.
You get him on Feinbaum, it's like something completely different.
Yeah,
I think a lot of those guys get a stipend from the. They got to.
He's paying those guys to make weekly phone calls. I said it on that YouTube video.
And they have the secret phone number.
Yeah, they get right through. Yeah.
But people just consume it and they eat it up because it's like Jerry Springer.
It's
just smut television. But the problem is like, I don't know, man. Alabama fans don't understand that he's just making fun of you, and he's making millions of dollars off of making fun of you.
And you know who else is just like that? is Skip Bayless. Thank you, Eric. We agree. Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith. All they do is make noise. They have no content. And, you know, the only thing that those two ever talk about is the Cowboys. I'm like, there's other things to talk about besides, well, LeBron and the Cowboys.
Isn't Skip Bayless going off his show?
I hope so.
I think
that guy is so annoying. And he's the most irrational sports guy I've seen.
That's what it is.
Eric, you're right.
Yeah. You know, they get on, you know, and the sad part is he encourages this.
Well, yeah, he knows what he's doing. That's because
I mean, it's all for ratings.
Got on ESPN. Yeah. That's a whole nother.
I mean, hell, we look, the state of Alabama and the Alabama fan base has Roll Tide Willie. What else do we need?
That's not manufactured.
That is 100% homegrown Bama fan. I don't know what word I should use, but
liver failure.
Kevin Hart would have whipped his ass.
He wanted to.
I know.
Yeah. I still don't know how that escalated so quickly.
Because Roll Tide Willie is
redneck.
I feel like Drewski is just trying to set him up.
Well,
yeah,
that's his ticket right now.
It's going to happen one day.
Well,
that might be done.
That'll make news.
Oh yeah,
that's what we don't need him to make news. We need him to fade away.
Walking Fox News and then just freaking Willie getting the shit just stomped out of him.
Oh man,
by Charles from Reeltown.
I'm like, what's happening?
And Tammy's ghost.
Oh gosh,
Bill, what did you just say?
I said Charles from Reeltown and Tammy's ghost. But she's dead. I mean, come on.
That she is, William.
All right, let me tell you a joke I heard today. I didn't write this joke. I just heard this joke. This is a comedian, and he told it on one of the major news networks that nobody watches. But he said, you know what he said? He realized that children and guns have a lot in common. He said
2 things you want to stay away from: children and guns. But
he said they're both kind of ugly until you hold one, and then you want one, and then they kind of end up in a school someday. That's horrible.
Bill,
that's so bad, but it makes me laugh. I didn't write the joke. This is like a really successful guy.
Yeah, but you had a choice not to tell it.
Yeah, that's great. And it's Offsides tonight. This is After Dark.
What?
Oh, we're gonna have to go back to scripting After Dark a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm just in a giggly mood tonight.
Do we have a mute button?
It's that EPA.
That's what it is.
The EPA.
That's that peyote he was smoking earlier on his back porch.
Really hoppy.
I got one for you. I got a joke for you.
All right, I'll refrain.
What's the difference? This one's bad. What's the difference between a refrigerator and a butthole? A refrigerator doesn't fart when you take the meat out of it.
Gosh!
Thank you. Have a good evening. I'll see you next week.
Shit!
What? Dadgummit! I thought taking the gun to school was a bad joke.
That could really lead me into a joke, but I don't want to get canceled.
If it's too bad.
Good night.
That's pretty bad. I mean, that.
Hey, man. If Sketch can have a YouTube channel, so can we.
That's a tie.
Yeah, that's a tie.
Bro.
If Mr. NSA agent, if you're listening,
I got a joke.
Don't read the NSA, man. We're live on YouTube right now, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to tell it off the air. I can't follow that, even though that was bad.
No.
Sorry.
That was correct.
Yes, Teresa.
4 A's. She got it right.
I hope nobody heard that shit.
What, my joke?
Yeah.
I mean, I literally just said it live.
I hope
Nobody heard it.
I hope your kids ain't watching.
I'll never look at my refrigerator the same.
Let me guess.
That's
One of your
sure.
kids told you that joke, didn't they?
I'm actually taking some things out of my refrigerator to go on a trip tomorrow.
I saw
I hope
it on
it
my
does.
Hope your fridge
Instagram
doesn't
right
fart.
before we started the show,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm using that at some point tonight. Oh man! I have a kind of a fun game we can play. On our show.
No, we're not playing anything else. No, we're done. Nobody's farting. Nobody's taking me out of buttholes.
I have a fun game as he pulls his sleeve back. I have a fun game we can play.
About that proctologist.
John Rocker, your proctologist called. They just found your head.
Take that Super Bowl ring off and we'll talk. No. This is a G-rated game. We can play
Drop your
that on
pants
any
and bend
show.
over, Mr. Babar.
Is that
Here's
two
what we
B's?
do. Here's what we do. Before show, I come up with 3 words. Chris, you come up with 3 words. Jeff, Bill, right? Chris, I give you my 3 words. Chris, you give yours to Jeff. Jeff, you give yours to Bill. Bill, you give yours to me. Just, you have to work those 3 words into a sentence.
Like in a sequence or any time?
No, at any point in time. But the goal here is you think of like 5-syllable words that the person doesn't know what it means, and that you just, you know what I mean?
Josh did that in an interview with Gus Malzahn.
Well, how are you trying
If you
to
guys
make
ever hear
this?
me, I'm like, that's very shallow and pedantic. That's
He's
Yeah.
taking
Be pedantic. Be pedantic.
he's steering traffic away from his butthole joke.
Yeah, we need
Does he-
to. Well,
people in the chat
we need to get
talking
away
about
from that joke. We need to
That's
put
a
that
game
joke.
that Gus Malzahn ever played.
Roll Tide, Eric.
Roll
Roll
Tide.
that, roll that horn down.
Well, no, Gus didn't have a clue that Josh was playing it.
F them trees.
Settle down, Mr. Mays. You know, I met Marquise Mays one time in a mall.
We need
And,
to get him on the show.
well, he was
Yes,
kind of a kid.
He says the F word more than me.
He was
That's
kind
exactly
of
why we need him on the after dark.
You talking about family?
Huh?
The F word, family?
No, the real F word.
Okay, because
Marquise Mays, man.
I know, because where I grew up, the F word was your family is pretty pooped.
You
But
worked
yeah.
with Marquise Mays, Michael, you said?
Yeah. Well, I didn't work with him, specifically him, but I met him, and my daughter got a chance to meet him, and he was kind of a dick to her. So you know, I feel like I need some closure there. So if we ever get him on the show, he should date your daughter, Eric.
What?
F them ex-boyfriends.
Put them trees.
He probably left her because she had too many trees in the yard.
Swing and a miss.
Why are y'all gonna dirty up every comment I made?
Well, I don't want to assume that he dumped Eric's daughter. I'm going to assume that it was the other way around since Eric's
hopefully he
a loyal
dumped her.
listener. I'm not
She
going to.
dumped him.
So-
Wouldn't allow it.
He wouldn't allow
defer
it.
that she
There
dumped
you
him.
go.
Eric said,
Well, there you go.
not today,
I
sir.
gotta ask you this, Cotton. You're white. You got that white towel out doing. Are you wearing white New Balances and cooking out right now?
No, man, I feel like I'm at like a Pentecostal.
Polly Walnut sitting out there with you.
Yeah, he's out there cooking out white jean shorts and
He's going.
because you moved to Florida, you got to wear jean shorts.
He's going to get up.
I don't.
He's going to get up in a minute and start dancing.
I'll tell you this: I owned a pair of jean shorts when I lived in Florida.
I wouldn't admit that publicly.
It was my dress shorts.
What, jorts?
I owned a pair when I lived in Florida
Damn, man.
for like a
Something
weekend,
good
and
Lord
then
don't make
my
you
wife, my wife, literally, she took them. Well, I wore them for a weekend, and she'd like, "Why are you wearing that?" I said, "Because they're comfortable." She put them in the trash.
They were real tight, like Kramer's jeans.
I don't.
Yeah.
How can it be?
And then she
it's denim
put
in
like
summer. It's like 100 degrees down here.
she put like spaghetti sauce and rotten cat feces on top of them. And said, "Now I dare you to wash them."
What?
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
she got rid of them shorts.
I'd have
she
washed
picked up
them.
rotten cat feces.
Well, whatever. I don't know.
What is?
Isn't
What
cat
is,
feces
what is
like
happening?
already rotten?
Yeah,
Could
well,
have
it's
just thrown them away.
What is happening here?
I don't know. Bill's talking about
All
jorts.
right, let's quit talking about George. All right, funny. I have a George
Let's
story.
talk about
no,
George.
no lie. Short story. I'm at the cocktail party.
Short story.
Yeah, it's a short George story.
That was the joke, Bill. Nothing you say can top that.
Thank you.
Well,
I got a George story for you.
Real life is better than fiction. So I'm at the cocktail party. It's like 20 years ago. No, it's longer now.
Wait. Like a cocktail party or the cocktail party?
The cocktail party.
Okay.
Georgia, Florida.
Yeah.
And the Georgia people, when they come to the game, they wear like khakis and matching shirts and it's the Tuscaloosa vibe. It's not the Ole Miss I'm going to sue your dad vibe. And a group of Georgia guys are chanting as they're walking by, going to their gate to get in the stadium. Gators wear jean shorts, and just chanting that over and over again. And literally, as they're chanting it, and I'm walking this way, they're going this way. 2 Gators are coming this way, jean shorts and Gator tank tops, and they just the whole crowd of Bulldogs just mocks them mercilessly. It was great. It was just fabulous. Oh,
George and tank tops. That's a good George story.
They're gonna bark at. I got barked at New Year's last year. My wife and I are out at a New Year's event, and I didn't have on any Bama gear, and this damn Georgia person just walks by and starts barking in my ear. And I'm like, yeah, they're
It's because they can tell, Bill.
It's perverted.
I can smell the gun.
Is it perverted?
It's weird.
Is it perverted?
I don't know.
Did you just not hear the joke about buttholes and meat?
Okay, that's Georgia perversion too.
Get it right.
So these people that accost these other fans that accost people in public, have you ever been walking and had the urge to see a fan and just go start barking in their face in public?
No.
I don't understand these people. These stories you hear that somebody started talking shit to me somewhere, and I'm like, why? I've never walked somewhere and been like, there's a guy in a Georgia shirt. I'm going to run over there to him and just start talking shit to him.
Look, Georgia's the worst about it. Where I live, and Bill can attest to this, where I live in Florida might as well be South Georgia.
Yeah.
There's nothing but Bulldog fans here, and they will, man. They will bark at you and yell at you for no freaking reason. At the grocery store,
losers, man.
They just start barking. I'm like, what are you doing?
The window in traffic and just start barking at the red light.
5 years old. Your wife's in a wheelchair. Why are you barking at me?
I mean, why are they acting like they're from Philly? Like they're not from Philly.
Yeah.
Why do they act like that?
Speaking of, I don't ever want another fan base and mock them. I will. We went to the 18 Orange Bowl when Alabama played Oklahoma and Jedrick Wills false started 12 times.
Yeah.
And we went out to the beach the day before the game and with some friends. We're going to go eat lunch out on the beach and go to. Bama had a bunch of events at the beach, so we go out there. We're walking through this open air area. It's restaurant, and this group of Oklahoma guys is eating, and they start doing whatever they do. And I don't know. I didn't say a word, and I just walked by and I did this, and they acted like I had thrown cyanide on their table. They started freaking out, and I was just like
doing that. You did say something though.
Yeah, you did. You were
doing that. You did say something.
Yeah, that's
like
just.
I didn't start it. They started picking. We're all wearing Bama gear, and they started we're going blah blah blah. And I just went, okay, see you tonight. And
you responded.
And they lost.
So did you say see you tonight, or did you give them the horns, the Texas horn signal? What did you do?
I did both, but it was a response.
See, here's the thing. Here's what happens when somebody approaches me in public. And they say some shit like War Eagle or whatever.
Barking. Oh yeah.
If they've got a child in a stroller, I kick that son of a bitch over and walk away.
I think that's a good plan.
I don't care. To hell with that baby.
Domestic abuse is never a problem.
Don't come at me if you're not ready to protect that baby. I will kick his little ass over and they deal with it.
I don't give a shit enough to waste that much energy.
Yeah, it ain't that serious.
Jeff, you had the best comment.
Keep walking. I don't give a fuck.
What's that?
Yeah. Jeff had the best comment this week when I said a neighbor donated some hand-me-downs, and in it was a pile of Auburn gear, and Jeff said, I don't give enough thought to the bugs, just get rid of it. I said, that's it, just get rid of it.
You talking about setting fires and burning houses down and all that? I'm like, that's way too much effort to waste.
Here's the thing: if another fan says Roll Tide, I say Roll Tide.
Yeah,
I may throw a Roll Tide out if I see somebody wearing something, but other than that, I don't.
I give Roll Tides to people. That's it. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't see an Auburn fan and y'all Roll Tide.
Now, I will say this. I will say this. From now on, when I see a Texas fan in public, I may give them a little. I may give them a little horns down over here around my hip.
Why you're holding your penis?
Hey, now, all right. How do y'all? How are y'all on this? I've done this a few times. You're in a faraway land, beyond your normal homeland. You're in the airport. You're in the bus station.
What do you mean a far away beyond your? What do you mean?
Did we get there by boat, plane?
I mean, are we in Germany or where are we at?
You're in Kazakhstan, Germany, something like that. And so, you see somebody. I've done this. Yeah, you see somebody wearing Auburn gear. I'll go up to them and say, "How you doing?"
Why?
I will not.
Because they're probably from my home state, and I can have, "Hey, how you doing? Where are you from?" conversation. I'll do that, but I'm not going to go WE on them.
Don't do that.
I mean, they're humans, Jeff.
They don't want some strange guy coming up striking up a conversation. They want to be left alone.
He turned and just
you walk off and like, who the hell is that weird ass dude that just come over here?
I hadn't thought about it. Now that's what my wife says. Why are you going up to people you don't know?
Now, if I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt in the airport and some guy looks at me and starts talking in Wookiee, then I might talk back.
Yeah. That's one thing. It's not like I wear a Star Wars shirt and some Trekkie comes up and gets in my face about Star Trek, or nothing like that.
Joe, this is just our after dark, man. This is just kind of, we don't have like a set schedule. We just kind of goof off, talk. Tomorrow is our actual breakdown show. But I do want to answer Eric's question. LSU has been hot, and have they figured out?
Yes, they have.
The game. Yeah, they have. It took them a little bit, but they have, but it's LSU. They always recruit well.
Well, it was that, but they also have the number one quarterback coming into play in an offense and just produced a Heisman Trophy winner. So that probably has a lot to do with the receiver. Absolutely. Derek Meadows wanting to go there. Can you blame him? I mean, Brian Kelly's going to recruit a high octane offense.
We like you too, Joe. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
So, look, however long Kelly's there, they're going to have good offenses there.
Yeah. Kelly's not anyone. Kelly's not a dumb coach.
LSU is a cool place, man.
LSU historically, when they were going 4-7, they were putting more people in the league than Miami and Nebraska.
That's the other thing about LSU. LSU is a developmental program. They put dudes in the draft.
Yes,
they always have
players in the league.
They're the only major player in their state, and they recruit a 4-state radius.
Or Jay, sorry, I read that as hobby, bro. Sorry, Jay, that's on me, bro.
We got Nick Saban at the right time in his life because he was about to turn LSU into what he turned Alabama into had
he would have
not come calling.
Yeah.
But
I think Brian Kelly.
I think LSU was on that track.
Brian Kelly is going to win a championship at LSU eventually.
Shit, Les Miles won a championship with what Saban put in place. Les freaking Miles.
Yeah. Look, Ed Orgeron figured out the NIL game at LSU before it was legal, and he won a championship.
Yeah.
So, they're going to figure it out. And Brian Kelly, I mean, if you lined up all the SEC coaches right now, Brian Kelly might be on the IQ scale one of the top. He hadn't figured out how to put the beef up front yet, but he'll get there.
Yeah, I saw this today. Yeah, they're doing fine, man.
Great.
But I talked about them earlier. Joe's like, well, hold on, he's not that good. Here's why.
Well, you got a point. All right, Joe, you got a point.
I mean, wins double digits every year.
So.
I mean, there's a school in this state that would take that every year.
I like watching LSU play ball historically because of the hard-nosed smash mouth.
Yeah.
And if they lose one game a year and it's Bama, I'm happy as a clam.
Happy as a clam. Why are clams happy?
Because they smile.
Hey,
because they smile.
Before we finish up, I want to
Yes,
tell you guys
wow.
something that's very depressing. You may not have realized. You know the "why did the chicken cross the road" joke?
Yeah.
You know that's a suicide joke?
No.
Yes. Why did he cross the road to get to the other side? He's going to get hit by a car to get to the other side.
But what if he
damn.
did?
Or you can look at it like he's just trying to get to the other side of the road.
Yeah, he saw a
always
worm
looking
and he's going to get that worm, and
No,
Or he's just
there's
dumb.
nothing about the worm, and there's nothing about a worm.
I mean,
That's
you
your
can
brain
choose
trying
to look at it that dark
Did he?
way.
I mean, whatever. I mean, and just look, everyone.
Joe.
Just,
Joe
just,
gets it.
hey, just for the record,
Joe's smart.
just for the record, I will not kick a baby out of a stroller.
But you will cook him out of a grocery cart.
Maybe if they're big enough to fight back, yes.
Hey, sometimes I will say this. Sometimes, like if I'm in a public place and there's a baby that's staring at me, I'll make a mean face at it just to make it cry.
Until you make a mean face and they're like,
Yeah.
Then you're like, oh, that
what you
mama
looking at?
kicked my
Oh,
butt.
damn.
Are you looking at a
Sorry,
little
man.
baby? You think you bad?
when a certain political figure's wife went to speak at a
Nope.
school, and
Said the P word.
And the kid in the corner says,
Yeah.
"Shut the f up."
Oh yeah, we gotta separate the two, man.
yeah.
Gotta
That was
separate
funny
the two.
though. It was funny,
That's the brand.
but that's the kid you don't want to hang out with.
Well, that's me.
'Cause his
Man, I
his-
want.
Yeah,
You know
sounds
what?
good.
If my kid, I expect they're gonna do some stupid shit.
that kid's mama will kick your butt. That's what I'm saying.
I got you. Like Bernie Mac said. Rest in peace, Bernie. We missed you, bro.
Well, I miss Bernie Mac so bad.
Miss Parker.
Bernie
Miss
was-
Parker.
Miss
Anyway,
Bernie was hilarious.
Good Lord, have mercy.
Some of that
The Lord is my shepherd. He knows what I want.
let me get a little bit of that from my cat.
I got my glaucoma.
Better to give than to receive, my brother.
What about
all right. Fellas, I think
He
that's
was
gonna
the
do it for
greatest
now.
role in Transformers as that car salesman. That was his funniest role, I think.
Yeah, we need to wrap this up because I got to take some meat out the fridge.
Make sure it doesn't too. Anyway, yeah, we'll wrap it up, guys. Tomorrow night, we have a jam-packed show. Tomorrow night will be like our legitimate show, so you're gonna want to tune in. Make sure, like, do us a favor. If you see a post promoting the show, share it.
Yes.
We've got more recruiting news and updates with the Cold Summer Champion Cookout on the way this weekend.
Yep.
We're going to talk about who's going to win the SEC. Not only that, who's going to represent the SEC in the playoff, because I feel like there's one team that everybody's really high on right now from the SEC that ain't going to make it. We like Jeff talked about, we're going to talk about the evolution of college offense.
Eric,
Offense
it's going
now-
to be 8 Central.
Is offense now more important than defense? Do you absolutely have to have a top 5 defense to win a championship? We're going to discuss if Alabama can be better than they've ever been offensively and what that looks like. We're going to discuss the best secondaries in the SEC. We're going to break down more opponent schedules, South Carolina and Florida, I think, Chris. Is that right?
I think
And then
that's
we
what
got
it is.
trivia. So it'll be a fun show, jam-packed, a lot to talk about.
MJ locking
Hey,
his phone.
tune in to Couchcasters from 7 to 8 before the show tomorrow night.
Yeah,
We're going over the defensive
Couchcasters.
back. We're breaking
Yeah,
down the
Couchcasters
Bama
will be
roster.
on.
Again, I think I was talking over you, buddy. We say it again.
Sorry. No, we're Couchcasters from 7 to 8 leading into the show tomorrow night. We're actually breaking down the Alabama roster. We're going over the defensive back room tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So anybody wants to get in on the chat for that, voice some opinions for that. We're doing our next 6 weeks. We're breaking down each position group leading up to the Thursday before the first kickoff.
I love
So
it.
tomorrow night we're starting with
Ooh,
DBs,
yeah.
going 7 to 8 right into Waaaay Offsides. So it should be a good 2-hour block.
MJ,
You
we
guys
want you back tomorrow.
If you guys like what we're doing, you'll love Couchcasters. On that note, for those of you who don't know, we have officially launched the Waaaay Offsides Sports Network. What this is a collaboration of content creators coming together, put their minds together to support each other, help each other grow their brands. If this is something you're interested in, you can reach out to any of us, preferably on Twitter. That's the best place to do it. You can find us all at Waaaay Offsides, Cotton, Chris, Bill, Jeff. 4 A's, always 4 A's. So if that's something you're interested in, if you've got a standing podcast, blog, what else? What am I missing, guys?
I mean, hell, if you got that following on Instagram, and want to take it to different places, get with us. Yeah,
absolutely. As always, you know the drill. Sub, share. If you guys could start sharing, I don't know what I did on Twitter, but my engagement numbers are kind of low. And so if you guys want to share, help us out.
Really going to be low after that joke.
I'm worried about YouTube.
March to 1K. March to 1K. That's the it. March to 1K.
Yeah, 1K on YouTube. We're getting close. If you guys are following us on YouTube, you've probably seen we're growing kind of quick, pushing out daily content. So yeah, be sure you're around the water cooler at work. Hey, you want to talk sports? I got some guys you guys will love. Tell them about it. Get them to sub. Okay. That's all I've got. Anybody got anything else?
I'm fun.
No,
good night.
Okay. As always, no intro tonight because copyright sucks. But anyway, as always, you know the drill. Say your prayers, read your Bibles, wash your hands. Horns down.
Horns down.
Beat Auburn, LSU, and Tennessee too, and roll